Howdy folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing another episode of World in Flames Collector's Edition, Days of Decision 3 Combined Game Playthrough. This is game number 3. This turn will be the July-August 1938 turn. But before we get started, going over starting money, I want to take a quick look at what we have for current U.S. entry levels. I've used the formula, and it comes out like this. Germany is currently at 7. The Italians are currently at -11, and Japan is currently at 5.5. Now, you can see that the Japanese have actually dropped a little bit. It's because the Americans have been politically active, and the Japanese have not been so politically active. The German have definitely gone up from the last time we checked this, which was May, June of 37. And the Italians have actually dropped back further because they just pretty much do nothing. But I think the U.S. entry levels are kind of on par with where they should be, as far as I can see from the last 3 times I've played this game. So that being said, let's go take a look at starting money. And there's the current situation in Europe. And we'll come over here. Starting money for September, October. We have Germany at -1, Italy at 1, Japan at 0, the Soviets at 1, the Commonwealth, France, US, and China are all at 0. Despite the complete lack of money, we have, I believe, 5 major powers bidding. 5 major powers bidding for political options this turn. All these major powers bid 1. So let's go over to the track and check that out, see how this is going to pan out. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. As you can see from the adjusted political effectiveness level of the Commonwealth is now at a 6. It's higher than Germany. And France is now at a 4. And that was due to the whole Czechoslovakia thing. Okay, we have the Germans bidding 1. They're going to get a +4 for their last turn first place position. That's going to give them first for a total of 5. The Italians, the Commonwealth, the Italians are bidding 1. They're getting a +2. That's going to be 3. The Commonwealth is bidding 1. They're going to get a +2. That is 3. The U.S. is bidding 2. They're going to get a +1. That is 3. So we have a 3-way tie. Now we go over to the political effectiveness. You can see the Commonwealth is definitely going to break that tie. They're way ahead of everybody else, so they will come in second. The Italians and the Americans. The Italians are 3, and the Americans are 2, effectively 1. So the Italians are going to break that tie. They'll be 3rd, followed by the U.S. at 4th. Now the Soviets also bid 1. They're going to get a +1. That's 2. That'll put them in at 5th. So the first last card is Germany, and the last card is the Soviets. And for the non-bidding major powers, we have Japan and France tied at 3. I think they are also tied here. Yes, they are. Now they are tied. So the tie will be broken by current order. So the Japanese will be 6. The French will be 7th, and the Chinese will be 8th. All right. I'll pay the money for the initial bids, and let's go and see what the Germans want to do. Germany's political option they're going to choose is they're going to use option 3, treaty. They're going to offer a level 1 treaty to the Italians. If it does go through, it's going to cost the Germans 4 money. The U.S. entry will be a +4. There's some little bit of minor effects in here, in addition to the treaty chart. However, the first thing we have to do is Italy actually has to accept this, and Italy is 3rd in political initiative this turn. So basically, nothing happens until the Italians accept it. Then Germany can activate a minor and do all the other things, pay for it, all that stuff. But the one thing Germany does have to do, they have to roll a die to see if they end the political phase. Damn. Well, a big old 9 ain't gonna do it. So we will move down to the Commonwealth and see what they want to do. The Commonwealth, I guess this is a turn for treaties. The Commonwealth is going to offer a level 1 treaty to the United States. So again, it's the same thing. It's going to cost the Commonwealth 4 money. There's a whole bunch of minor effects. U.S. entry will be a 3, and in addition to the treaty chart. So, can't do anything. Got to wait until we get to the U.S. turn for them to accept. However, we do roll a die to see if the Commonwealth ends the political turn. An 8 does not end the political turn, so we will move down to the Italians. Italy is going to play their 0F, agree to a proposal. So that will trigger the minor effects that on the German treaty chart, as well as the U.S. entry in the treaty chart. So I'm going to get that all done, as well as pay the money, and then I'll come back and Germany will get to activate a minor. Now Germany is going to activate a minor. They're going to activate Sweden. They don't like that -1 there, so they're going to get rid of that. And that's all they're going to do. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to roll a die to see if Italy ends the political phase. There have been 2 previous options played. So roll a die. A 5 does not end the political phase. We will move on down to the United States. And I already know what they're going to do. They're going to play their 0F, agree to a proposal, and they're going to sign a treaty with the United States, with the Commonwealth, for level 1. I will go put the markers out for the Commonwealth, and I'll come back in a few seconds, and we'll activate a minor for the Commonwealth. I think the Commonwealth is going to be activating Brazil. I think that will help out the United States at least. It could help out the Commonwealth too. I mean, get them stacked with the Commonwealth, sign a treaty, align them. And let's see, they are not hostile to the Commonwealth. Argentina and Chile. Okay, so they're not hostile to the Commonwealth. All right, I'll grab the marker. Right here. 2 points. Here's the Commonwealth. Here's Brazil. It costs 2 for a hex. There we go. Looking good. Oh, you know, that's an interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. Okay, anyways. Last thing for the Commonwealth to do, last thing for the U.S. to do, rather, is roll a die and to see if they end the political phase. There have been 1, 2, 3 previous political options played. I rolled a 5. We'll move on down to the Soviet Union, and we will see what they are going to do. Okay, Stalin's going to play option 9, the Nomahanan incident. Nomahanan incident. Okay, the prerequisite is the Soviet initiative position is less than Japan's. While the Soviets bid, Japan did not, so that is true. This is going to cost 3 money, and the effects of this is add Siberian infantry to your force pool. So I'll add the Siberian infantry that are sitting outside the cups right now to the Russian infantry force pool. Going to initiate a border war with Japan. There are no reserve units, combined actions only. No PE or PLM effects, no strategic bombing, no naval combat, no port strikes, and war automatically lapses after 1 turn, but no neutrality pact is put in place. Okay, so the U.S. entry is going to be a +5. There's no war chart here or any of that, so I'm just going to put out these effects here, and then when I come back, the Russians will get to activate a minor. Okay, it's time for the Soviets to activate a minor, and they have decided they're going to activate Bulgaria. Even though they don't actually have any markers in there, there's a -4 German there. They were thinking about maybe even the Netherlands, or they were looking at Spain too. But I think Bulgaria will give them the most mileage. You can see Bulgaria is sitting over there right on the border of the communist ideology. So we got a -4 German. Germany is back here. So it's going to push the Bulgarian marker either here or here. Well, since the Soviets are moving it, they're going to put it here. There's 1 point left. This hex costs 2, this hex costs 3, so it won't do anything. And that is going to wrap it up for the political phase. Let's go take a look at reinforcements for this turn. And after we do that, I'll roll initiative and the weather, and we can get started. Alright, let's go take a look what we're going to get here in the September-October turn. Alright, well, we're getting a French Infantry Corps. We're getting a German Infantry Corps. We got a two German U-boats going into the construction pool. One of them's actually a half decent one. We have a Russian infantry army going on the map. Oh, we have a French Pritelet. I think that's who that is. HQ. We have a pile of Chinese units coming on map, including Chang. He has been rebuilt. And we also have a pile of German units coming on map. We got a fighter. Got infantry army. Oh, infantry corps rather. Armored corps, another infantry corps, and a Dornier 17E bomber. I think the Germans will put all those on the map and not take the pilot. All that stuff was a result of Czechoslovakia. We have a mountain division coming on map for the Germans. We got a Japanese CAG, pretty good, dive bomber. We have a Japanese transport going in the construction pool. We have the Red Sea Fleet, or flotilla rather, for the Italians going in the construction pool. We have a Armored HQ for the Italians going on map. And we have 2 pilots for the Commonwealth. They need to get some planes on their carriers. That's probably what that's all about. And then we got some ships here. Let's see what we got. This is all going to affect the London Naval Treaty. We got a carrier for the Japanese. We got a carrier going into the construction pool for the Commonwealth. We have the Roclo for the French battleship. And we have the Wasp for the Americans, all going on map. So I will get these units deployed on the map and adjust the London Naval Treaty ratios. But first, let's go roll initiative. Now the current modifiers are 0 Democrat, +1 Communist, +2 Fascist, and now the Communists may ask for a reroll as well as the Fascists. Alright, let's see what we get here. Blue Democrat, white Fascist, red Communist. Okay, well the Communists definitely won. This is a September-October turn. There's no modifier to the weather roll. It should be decent weather. It's like a 30% chance that the weather in the North Temperate is going to be crappy. So it's like a 30-30. But I think the Democrats are going to ask for a re-roll. And the reason they're going to do that is they want to get to move before the Fascists. So right now it's the Communists, the Fascists, then the Democrats. So the Democrats are going to ask for a re-roll. No, actually they can't. But it will be the communists that will ask for a re-roll. Even though they won the roll, they know that the Chinese front could fall apart if the Japanese go first. We're going to take a chance. The communists are asking for a re-roll. And it worked out to their favor. So the Democrats will actually go first. Now the fascists got to decide if they want to go second or if it really even matters. I think they'll go last. We'll make the communists go after the Democrats. Even though that's probably in their favor slightly, I think overall we'd rather keep that +2 for the initiative modifier. All right, now the important thing, the really important thing. Let's go check out the weather roll. Here's the weather chart. We are on this column right here, September, October. The Democrats are rolling, so we use a Democrat die. We got us a 5. And 5 in September, October is rain in the Arctic, rain in North Monsoon. Fair everywhere else. The impulse marker will move up 1. So rain in the Arctic, rain in North Monsoon. And there's no modifier to the weather roll for next turn. I'm going to get the reinforcements placed on the map. And when we come back, I'll probably show you, I might show you some of the movement in China for this turn. Yeah, we'll come back with the first set of impulses. Okay, we're on the Democrats' impulse. I placed their reinforcements, and I placed them such that they really don't have to do too much. The only thing they did was they moved this cav from here to here. That gives 8 points of defense there. We have 9 points of defense here with Chang. And I put the other reinforcement up here, the 3-1. So that gives us 8 points of defense there, 7 here, 4 here, which is doubled to 8, 9 here, and unfortunately the weak point is going to be Shanghai. Now we're going to move to the communists, and we're going to go over to Manchukuo and see what might happen up there. First things first, he's going to come here. Actually, he can come here. I think, yeah. This, what's the cost for forest? This is in the art. No, that's rain. So he's not going to move. The cost of forest and it's 4 for leg units. Ooh. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be a short or offensive. He's going to go there. Yeah, we're basically going to get almost nothing in for attacks. We'll go here. Just to say we, invaded and did something. These are all going to be end up turned over. But that's alright. That one doesn't. Alright, that's the end of that. Or I could leave this one like that. Maybe I end up with an attack on this if I reorg. There's not enough to reorg. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Stalin just did this to get the Siberian infantry anyways, so it really don't matter too much. And we kept a whole bunch of Japanese units busy for a while. So let's say I moved 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Communist Chinese can move 1 unit, and they'll move this one here. Now we will go on to the fascists. I got to take a look at this and probably have to do some calculations and maybe move I got up to 3 units to move, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, Japan's got a 4-1 on Shanghai. I think it's going to be at -1. And not going to do ground strike or HQ benefits or anything. Let's see. I might want to do HQ benefits. Because like a 60% chance all the Japanese units end up flipped over. And where is he? Oh, he's over here. So I can't use HQ benefits, so it doesn't matter. So 4-1. Oh, that's a good roll. On the 4-1 chart, the Japanese come through with a 10. Now, the 10 is modified because of the factory to a 9. On the assault table, on 4-1, 9 is star 2S. It doesn't matter. So Shanghai will fall, and the Shanghai warlord goes away. And nothing is turned over for Japan. So that was pretty good from the Japanese perspective. Yeah. So I'm going to have to adjust the production for the Chinese. They just lost 2 factories. And that's going to be the end of the fascist turn. And now we're going to roll weather. Well, it's, knowing Japan's luck, this is where things all go downhill. Because the weather roll will probably be something really crappy. Let's take a look. Let's take a look what we get. Actually, it did the opposite. It's fair weather everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at the next set of impulses. I'll do all the movement and everything, and I'll come back with a summary. Okay, we ran through the Democrat and the fascist impulses. Not the fascist, the communist impulses. They didn't do too much. Now we're back to the fascists. The fascists paid 7/10 of an oil to fully fuel everything for this turn, because they're going to try to conduct an invasion. They're going to try to invade this hex right here. And it's going to be 1. It's going to be 3 points. Yeah, but it is in the zone of control. So it is in the zone of control of a unit, this one. So it's going to be 3 points. And we got 6 attacking. A 4 Marine, which is half because it's coming from a transport. And a 6 Marine, which is full strength because it's coming from an amphib. So that's 6. I got 2 bombarding battleships, adding 6 more. So that's 12. 12 to 3 is 4-1 plus 1. Let's roll a die. See what happens. Okay, that's a pretty good roll. Where is it? Oh, right there. 4-1 plus 1, 9, which becomes a 10. On the assault table for 4-1. 10 is star 2S. So the 2 Marines will get a Marine Corps. Will get ashore. The notional, whatever it is, notional Chinese unit that was defending there is dead. And the 2 battleships will flip over for participating in shore bombardment. And I think that's it. I think the only other thing that was 2 land movements. So the only other thing the Japanese did was they moved an 8-3 down here. And I think we'll go back and we will roll weather now, because we're back to the Democrats impulse. And the weather roll is a 7. Let's see, the weather starts to get crappy. Rain, Arctic, rain, North Temperate, fair, Mediterranean, rain, North Monsoon, fair, South Monsoon, fair, South Temperate. And the impulse marker will now move up 2. So I'll note that, and we'll come right back. Just finished the communists and the Democrats and the communist impulse. The Nationalist Chinese evacuated this hex. They railed 1 unit down here. Remember, these guys don't have a zone of control after they invade. I don't think they get it back until the next impulse. Anyways, they don't have it for that impulse. Might be the next turn. I'll have to check that. And so the communists took over defending this hex. Unfortunately, all the units that moved this turn all flipped over. Those two flipped over. This one flipped over. That one flipped over. That one didn't because it's clear hex. So, and this one didn't because it's clear hex. So those are the only two that didn't flip over. But I think the communists and the communist Chinese and the nationalist Chinese kind of happy it's raining, because whatever the Japanese do, they're going to flip units if they move. So I will go to the Japanese impulse, and then we will see what they're going to do. Okay, we're back to the fascist impulse. They're not going to do anything because the Japanese don't want to end up with units flipped over, and there's still the possibility of good weather for this turn. However, they do have to roll a die to see if they end the turn. This is the first impulse that can happen. It's a 1. A 10 keeps things right on moving, and we're going to roll weather. So let's roll weather. Oh, 7. Same roll as last turn, so it's the same weather. So I'm going to run through this set of impulses. I'll probably come back with the weather roll. Or if the weather just keeps getting bad, then I'll probably just run through the whole impulse till the turn ends. So you'll probably see me back in production. Okay, the last set of impulses ended up being fair weather in the north temperate, rain in north monsoon, and rain in the Arctic. So the Democrats moved, the Nationalist Chinese tried to move a few units around, but I mean, it's not good weather. So in the north monsoon, which is where they have a problem right now, and so they finished up, and we went to the communists. Communists took a pass, and they successfully ended the turn. So the fascists didn't actually get to have a shot at fair weather. They probably would have had at least one attack. Well, no, all they can have is one attack. But they would have had at least one. They would have had at least that one attack, and so that kind of saved the Chinese front for now. And next turn will be November, December, which is going to be probably bad weather, I would say. And I think probably going to wrap this turn up, be a little short, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so I roll for partisans. The only partisan that could possibly appear would be in India, and the British rolled high enough, so it didn't. U.S. entry, the Japanese rolls ended up being a net +2. And we went to production. Okay, so for production, we have Germany producing 14, started with 8, and spent 6. Pulled a bunch of ships out of the construction pool. Italy produced 4, started with 4, and spent 5. They built a bunch of ships and kegs, some good stuff, kind of. Japan produced 7, started with 7, and spent 7. They are building another HQ. And the Soviets produced 7, started with 4, and spent 4. They actually pulled a nice new Siberian infantry army out of the Cups. Imagine that. Got lucky. Okay, the Commonwealth produced 11, started with 6, and spent 6. Some ships coming out of the construction pool, and they laid down a new transport. Can't have enough transports. The French produced 6, started with 6, and spent 6. A motorized corps and a pilot. The USA produced 10, but they lent at least 1 to China. So they produced 9, started with 8, and spent 8. Some ships out of the construction pool and laid down another battleship. That's the Washington. China produced 2, got 1 lend-lease, which is 3, and started with 3 and spent 3. So that's it for production. I'll get these on the circle, and I'll probably upload this turn. Probably going to be a week, I would say, before I do the next turn. And so I will probably see you then. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and see you next time.